Hey guys, have you ever wanted to have sellers give you a call and say, "Hey Jared," maybe they don't use say Jared, they'll say your name, but "Hey Mr. Wholesaler, come by my house. I have some issues I need some help with," or "Hey Mr. Wholesaler, come by my friend's house. They're in trouble. They need your help." Well, this is what will happen if you use social media the right way. And sure, does it help you have a billion followers? Of course. But you can do this whether you have 10, 20, a million followers. You can still have success in social media by building your brand accordingly. So we're going to talk about a few things on how to farm groups. We talked a little bit about that in getting free Facebook ads, but we're going to go a little more detail on like how to farm groups, how to build relationships, and even how to build a little bit of your following as well. Let me tell you something, and I had to learn this the hard way. If someone doesn't know you're in real estate, someone doesn't know that you're buying houses, it's your fault. It's no one else's fault but your own. Let me tell you a story. I had a friend of mine, or a family friend, I would say. I lived in my parents live in this house for like 50 years now, and so I grew up in this house. I know the neighborhood. I went to church with all the neighbors, and to school, and I was it's my neighborhood, right? And so when I got into real estate, I was 35, adult, and a friend of mine, or excuse me, this family friend that is my best friend's parents, really. And they I found out after a couple years after getting involved in real estate that they sold their house to another wholesaler. And I was like, well, why didn't they sell it to me? Because when I found out, because I investigated, like when I found out about this, like, what? Wait a minute, what the heck? And so I found out that they sold their house. They got a crappy deal, to be perfectly honest. It was pennies in the dollar. It was just like and I would offer them, at least 50 more thousand dollars than what they would have gotten. It would have been a lot better situation for them. And but they got this, they sold their property, and they never even thought to call me or to talk to me about selling their property because they didn't know I was involved in real estate. They didn't know that I was a wholesaler. They didn't know that I could find them a buyer. They didn't know that I could even buy it and fix and flip myself because I never told them. They never found out. So I lost out on this deal, which would have been a really slam dunk deal. It would have been a better situation for my friend's parents if they would have talked to me instead of just, and they literally called from a bandit sign. That's where they got this. They called from a bandit sign. This is someone, we buy houses. They wanted to sell their house. They were just sick. They just didn't want to deal with any headaches. They just wanted to get it done and over with. And but they didn't do it because they didn't call me because they didn't know about me. They didn't know that I was doing what I was doing. So that's the thing, guys. You got to put yourself out there, and this is maybe a little bit uncomfortable, but you really got to put yourself out there because the easiest low hanging fruit are your friends and family, because they know someone that's going through some trouble. We talk a little bit about this in the deal finding when we're talking about building your minion army, about creating posts and things like that. But one thing that you should do is be consistent at making this post as much as possible. That's gonna be your biggest thing, and letting people know what you're doing. And so here's the thing: when you're on social media, and this is true for Instagram or Facebook, you don't have to be closing a million deals or any deals. Maybe you haven't closed any at all. Maybe you joined this challenge or this games because you wanted to land your first deal. So I was like, what do I post here? I don't have any information at all. To start the whole process, and I'll give you this whole structure here in a second here, but to get the momentum going, and without having to, having all of the experience and, testimonials and things like that, you're going to have to you can just document. So for just an example, creating consistent posts like taking a selfie uh, 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 with you in front of a computer, watching this course. Like, I'm learning how to find deals online. This is awesome. Documenting, like, hey guys, I'm going to see this property. I don't know if I should buy it or not. What do you think I should do with this kitchen if I end up buying it? Making some sort of interactive post, things like that. So people we like start seeing this, oh, and they'll start asking questions. They're asking questions like, "What are you doing? Like, how are you doing this? Like always wanted to get in real estate. How do I do this?" Or you know what? I actually have a friend of mine. He might be looking to sell his property. You probably can help them. So just documenting what you do on a daily basis, like whether through your stories or through like actually creating a post of just small things like that. I've seen countless people get into deals on their first deal just from social media posts. It's incredible on how easy it really can be. And you don't have to be, dropping all your hearts and emotion. I mean, sure, it absolutely helps if you are able to open up a little bit and share your thoughts and feelings, but it doesn't necessarily have to be like that. So I'm going to challenge each and every single one of you is to comment or to create posts and just document what you're doing. So whether you're a very successful real estate investor or you're just starting out and just being vulnerable a little bit, like, hey, I'm just learning how to do this stuff. I'm learning how to negotiate with sellers. This is so exciting. Or I just heard a story about this other guy. You could tell other people's stories. I just my friend just did a deal with someone that saved them from foreclosure. Something like that. It is incredibly powerful when you use your social media to your benefit. So this is how we're going to do this. There are three main type of posts you're going to be creating. And we're going to be using the Facebook algorithm to your benefit. Okay. So the main post, if you're doing one post a day, that's all. You don't have to think very much about it. And if you look below here, I posted a social media help, which it gives you hundreds, plural, hundreds of post ideas which you can do. Okay. And the different categories that they are in. Okay. So the first main post you're going to be doing, okay, is the intrigue post. Or excuse me, let me back. Sorry, the first post you're going to be doing is the engagement post. Okay, so let's just say even if you have 1 million followers or have 100, whatever it is, right? So if you have 100 followers, you have 1 million followers. Let's use me as an example. If I have close to 7,000 followers on Facebook, I create one post. Doesn't necessarily mean that all 6,000, 7,000 followers I have are going to see that post. What Facebook will do, they'll go through, they'll send it to a few people, usually people that are more closely following you, and if there's engagement, so people are liking it, they're commenting, there's conversations going on. Facebook will take that, and same with on the other platforms, Instagram as well. They'll take that and they'll show that to more people in your friend group and outside your friend group. So the more traction it gets, the more people it shows this post, whatever that may be, right? So what we and more of your posts that are getting more interaction, the more likely that Facebook is going to show the other posts to other people as well. So the more engaging your general posts are, the more people are going to see it. So you want posts that people are going to comment on, that people are going to like and share, and these posts don't necessarily have to do with anything about real estate whatsoever. It doesn't matter, not even a little bit. Okay, because what we're doing, we're kind of tricking algorithm, or we're using the algorithm to our benefit because we want Facebook and Instagram to show people all of our posts, right? So we're gonna do engaging posts. And these engaging posts, like I said, I got like well over 100 of these options just down below in the Google Drive. Um, these posts are something like who are better cooks, men or women? And you ask that question, just that's it, just drop it. And you will get people blowing that up. It gets crazy how like any type of these silly little things. Like if you had $1 million right now, what would you spend the money on? What is your top vacation spot to go to? And people they love talking about themselves, they love talking about their dreams. They'll just start putting in there, and so it starts. You're telling Facebook that people are engaged with you. That even again, even if we may have 100 followers, that's fine. You're going to get in front of those people and more on the outside. So you're going to make like anywhere from 3 to 5 of these a week. And the cool thing, a lot of these, the a lot of like features, especially in Facebook, Instagram, you can schedule post out, so you can sit down for literally like maybe 15 minutes, take the Google Doc and start creating these posts ahead of time and scheduling out. So, just block off a few moments, a few minutes a week, or even like once a month, and just schedule all of these type of posts out for the whole month. So that way there's no real excuses like, oh, I don't have time to make a daily post or whatever. Schedule the darn thing. You can do that on your Facebook, you can do it on your Instagram, schedule it, and then it'll pop up automatically. So if you're doing your busy day, you're working, it'll just happen. Okay. So these are engaging posts. Those asking the questions, and the more that you interact with it. So like again, if you don't have any time, you're on the John, you can start replying to some of these posts, right? And so you're getting lots of engagement on these posts. Then the next category. So we have engaging posts. It doesn't really matter anything at all about real estate potentially. There's plenty that are, but it doesn't have to be. So after engaging posts, like the biggest part of the triangle, it's like upside down triangle we're doing here, as far as quantity of posts. And then we have curiosity post. So curiosity post, what it is just like a statement or something that you've learned or doing. Like for example, a great curiosity post. And again, there's plenty of curiosity posts. There's a category in the document about curiosity posts. So you have plenty of examples which you can pull from. Curiosity post is something along the lines of, I just learned how to stop foreclosure, or I just learned how to stop a foreclosure. This is so exciting. So it's not saying that, hey, if you're going through foreclosure, reach out, I can help you. But it's more of like almost like a gratitude, maybe a little bit of a brag, but like I just learned this. Or even better, you can say, this is so much fun, or it's so incredible that my friend so and so stopped this foreclosure on this property that they're buying. Or it could be something along the lines of, like I just learned how to buy a house in under 2 weeks, or within 2 weeks. This is amazing. I just learned how to help someone that needed to sell their house, or I just learned how to buy a house from someone that needed to sell it within the next week or within 7 days, something along those lines. There's plenty of other examples, but basically you're not saying, hey, I want to buy your house, but you're just doing some intrigues things. I just learned that how to do a rehab on a property can cost a lot less than I thought. I just learned how to. There's plenty other of options and ideas, and your imagination is your only limitation here, right? So I'm going to give you tons of options and ideas of how to make these intrigue posts, because you want people to start reaching out to you. That's the idea, right? So you're going to do a bunch of engagement posts and then intrigue posts. So not so many. So if you're doing like 3 to 5 engaging posts, probably do 2 to 3 of a curiosity post. Okay. And then lastly is the tip of the triangle, the upside down triangle. You're going to be doing just a fishing or a harvest post. That's what I call it. So this is just a straight up like, hey guys, I'm a real estate investor. I offer anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000 referral fee, depending if you're an agent, maybe a little different. But if you're an agent, by the way, and obviously check with your local professionals. With an agent, you can also comment in like things like, I offer anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000 as as a partnership. Because you're not doing a referral fee, but it's like a partnership. Because as an agent, you can JV with anyone that you want. I mean, there should no be obviously check with your. I'm mostly talking for Utah law, but if there's anything different states, then obviously check with your broker. But you can partner with anyone, so you can offer partnerships, things like that. So I offer $3,000 to $5,000 for a referral, or you just straight up comment like, hey guys, if you know anyone that might need to sell their property quickly, whether that's a foreclosure, bankruptcy, divorce, like I help people in those type of situations. So the harvest post is kind of like, you're building engagement. More people are starting to show up more on people's feeds. Like they're on the scroll patrol, and suddenly you're just everywhere. Like, oh, okay, cool. This is a funny little question he's asking. I'm gonna comment on it, and then they start getting like, oh, they learned how to stop foreclosure. That's well, my friend's going to foreclosure, or actually, gosh, I mean, I'm going to foreclosure. Like that alone probably gets some traction. People start reaching out to you, and then when it's like straight up like, hey, listen, I can help people going if you're going through some troubles, I can help you. That's going to get a lot of traction as well, right? So you don't want to do more than one harvest post a week, and 2 to 3 curiosity posts a week, and then like anywhere from 3 to 5 engagement posts. Okay, so you're going through 1 or 2 posts a day max, and again, you can schedule this out, so you don't have to be worried about all this time, or this is poop money, guys. Like net time, no extra time, is doing things when you're doing other things. Like what if I'm sitting when I say this poop time, because if I'm going to sit in the John, what do? We're on our phones anyways, right? So if I'm on the John, I'm using doing my business. I can either be scrolling through Facebook, blah blah blah, and just consuming content, or I can create content. Like maybe like attach the habit of writing a post when you're in the toilet. I know that's silly, but it's something. That's what I do. And so it's money making activities in the John for me. You don't have to do that. I'm not saying you guys do. I'm just like giving you ideas, and if like because I know there's some people watching this video saying that I don't have time for this stuff. I don't have time for social media. Okay, you have time. You have time, right? So make a post. Hey, I just learned how to stop foreclosures. This is awesome. Post. Done. It's that simple. Oh, I don't know what to post. I'm gonna go to Jared's document, copy that one post Jared has, and then I'm gonna paste it onto and paste it onto mine. Done. That's really all it takes. If you think too much, it's gonna be so much harder. You don't have stop thinking. Just start posting. That's the same for most of the stuff that we talk about and teach about. It's all about money making activities. So stop getting in your own way and start making these posts, right? So we're doing intrigue posts, curiosity posts, and then harvest posts. Okay, start doing that, and you can start doing the exact same posts in Facebook groups. Whether that's like you can just type in your city that you want to do investing in. For me, it's like Salt Lake City, and to see all the posts that are there, and you can start putting posts out there, like entrepreneur posts or something like that. Entrepreneurs they definitely they definitely know people. They might be going through some hard times themselves, or any other groups that you may be fond of, right? Or groups as in like Facebook groups, right? So you can definitely help out a lot of people just by putting yourself out there. And again, if someone does not know that you're in real estate, it's your fault. Pure and simple. So start posting consistently on Instagram, on Facebook. I typically suggest to kind of find one avenue, one platform, and get good at it. Maybe that's TikTok, maybe that's Facebook. But the thing is, you can duplicate the post you'd make for Facebook and put on most platforms. If you're doing reels and you're talking about certain things or whatever, you can just duplicate those onto TikTok too and whatnot. So we're not necessarily talking about reels in general, but definitely some pretty cool stuff you can do if you just get out there and start doing it, guys. So your job is, and I want you to put into the community chat, um, how many times you're going to post and what groups you're going to join. And I'm really excited to see your guys' posts, and tag me, especially if you're doing like, and even like, hey, I joined this challenge, because people won't understand when we say games, right? I'm joining this wholesale or this real estate investing challenge, and I'm so excited that I'm going to do this. Put yourself out there. You're gonna see people going to reach out to you that you had no idea that actually need your help. So there's friends and family that desperately need your help. So get out there, start making posts right now. There's no reason why not. Okay. All right. I'm so excited. I love you guys.